If he hasn't said anything today, I don't love him.
Yes, he actually last night he said that place. He said City Walk, and then I want to go to City Walk. That's why I didn't respond.
Oh, you haven't responded all day, Carla?
Like last night.
You confirm a date, bitch?
Okay.
You're probably not going on the date, bitch. Half the day is over.
Oh,
Why not just go to City Walk? There's nice restaurants out
there
there.
are people there, and it's like the parking lot's just too much.
VIP park, and he gonna pay for it. When you walk up there, be like, hey, here's the ticket for my parking.
You don't have to prepay? I think you have to prepay.
No, you pay when you leave. But either way, here's the receipt for my parking.
I just was gonna offer a different place.
Somewhere in that same area, though.
Okay.
So Dr. Phillips is close to there.
Good. That's what I thought.
But if you haven't responded, bitch, I don't know if you're going on a date tonight.
I am. It's me.
The ADHD got you. You don't know who you going on the date with, what time, what day.
Yeah. He said good night and everything with a long message. Then this morning, and then a question mark.
Hey, you just have to respond like a man. Dang, I just woke up.
I was about to see what alone for tonight.
We still on for today.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, we'll see when we finish here if I am going on a date.
Or sometime this week. I would gladly babysit for you.
Okay. So while we're talking about me, I bring this all up because we did see, I saw something online recently that went viral. But before we get there, we've had these conversations before, and I'm trying to figure out how to show up in a dating capacity, right? As a woman and all these things. And we've had these conversations, so we're going to touch on it again, especially because I'm starting to realize and understand what it is that you meant. And like Jenna from last episode, when you say my presence is enough, like what I bring as a woman is equal in value to the money that I'm asking for, or the experience, not even money, the experiences that I'm asking for, because we're not necessarily asking for cold hard cash unless you.
I am, not you though. I am, not you.
So I am starting to understand, like, you know what? It's right. Because as women, we have this power, this aura, these things that we bring to specifically men. So I don't know how Pride Month lesbians go about this, because you both have amazing aura. So that's just a lot of greatness going on there. But for a man, you can't get that, right?
Right.
So what we bring, you can't even buy, you know? So to have me around, there's no value to that.
Right.
I can't put a price on it. Okay, so her name is Sarah Fontenot, and she is a podcaster. She is an entrepreneur. I'm not really sure what she does, but I know she has her podcast, and she's constantly going viral. And she was having a conversation where she says that she calls women who prefer transactional relationships brokies. I'm gonna play some of it, and then I'm gonna kind of say why this prompted me to be like, you know what? Whereas at one point in time, I think I would have agreed with her. Where I am now, I don't. Let me see.
And some of these women are brokies too. And what I mean by that is all they have to offer is their body. You empty. If all you have to offer, that's prostitution.
Man,
if you get it after a meal, it's straight up prostitution. I don't know if I could say that, but I said it and I meant it and I said it from my chest. If all you want is what a man could do from you, if all you want is what a man could do for you, if all you want is the dating experience, get it how you live in, boo, but we all know it's a transaction. There's nothing wrong with that. But also, you know what? I don't care about the lifestyle. I care about the entrepreneurial young women that are looking up to these girls, and the Chanel shoes and the Bentley trucks and I have a lot of those things. However, I have real businesses. They laying on their backs, acting like they're entrepreneurs, and that's my struggle.
Just went left. I would even take our conversation that far, you know, because it's more like how we're showing up as women and what I want as a woman at this point in time. She clearly leads a different life. Her, what's it called? She's not married. She's a single woman. She's dating, and she's said that out loud before. I don't agree with a lot of what she says. I feel like it becomes like a little toxic masculinity, honestly, where it gives men the chance to be like, well, if you're not someone who monetarily matches me, then you're not enough. And I feel like I would have said that before, where I've always looked at my value and the money that I have or the homes that I have. And now I'm like, wow, although I have that, what I can bring you, it's so much more than what my money can give you, because I can 10 times your money just by my presence and the things that I can say to you and the peace that I can bring to you and the knowledge that I can bring to you that's not money.
Yeah.
You know, just from coming from with a woman's point of view to your male centered business. So I just wanted to really understand what you feel whenever you're like, my presence is enough. What is that you're always talking about?
I think it depends on. So I think what she's saying, she's speaking specifically about the transaction of you take me to dinner, I give you sex. That's one thing,
Mhm.
right? I think all relationships between male and female are transactional. What you are trading though isn't always sex, right? Sometimes
Right.
it's just like energy, sometimes it's time, sometimes there's like these different power dynamics. So I don't think there's anything wrong with transactional relationships. I think once you realize that relationships between men and women are transactional, you date a lot better.
Oh,
You do.
okay.
Like once you get out of the fairy tale of we're gonna fall in love and give each other our everything, like you date a lot better. You understand that with this, there's benefits for me and there's benefits for you, and it goes both ways.
Right. I mean, the way that they've always relationships are a business, right? Or marriage or the business. And I always I believe that is a business, but I didn't think about especially like in entrepreneurship, there are business partners
Mhm.
that sometimes aren't the back end
Right.
money makers closing. They're actually the ones that speak to the employees, the ones that can keep everything settled, the
Yeah.
ones that make sure things are paid, the one that has the organization and the systems in place and that make the place look pretty.
Mhm.
Like there are times in my business where I have to hire out and pay for someone to just get the systems going to visually make it look good because all I have is a vision. So in a relationship with a man, I can see that now. I just don't know if I would go as far as thinking that fairy tale isn't real.
Okay. Also, once you decide what you want out of the transaction, you're gonna date much better. Also, is it I want someone to like worship me? Do I want monogamy? Do I want someone to be able to go 50-50? Do I not care about 50-50? Do I want them to pay all the bills? Like once you get out of the oh my gosh, I'm gonna meet someone, we're gonna fall in love, like spiritual, emotionally, we're gonna fulfill all of each other's needs. We're never gonna desire to be with someone physically outside of our relationship. Desire, keyword here. I'm not saying act on it, but I think it's realistic. No, that is desire. I think once you get out of that and you realize it is transaction, you identify what you want out of the transaction, what type of transaction you want, you're going to be that much happier.
Because I can agree with like, yeah, girl, you don't have to have sex for a meal.
No.
Like I don't think any woman has to do that at any point in time. You can get fed without
you get more meals not hunching them, honestly, girl.
Yeah.
So that's the key that you're looking for. If anyone's here for that type of advice,
you are the longer you hold out, the more you're just like, and it's not holding out to get more essentially.
it is. I'm just kidding.
I feel like it's holding out to get a little bit different respect, get to know me, and then you in turn also get to know them and know, is he even worth to have like a piece of me?
Exactly.
I have talked to men that I'm like, I'm so glad I did not, and I just kept talking, and I'm as long
Let them keep talking. Let them keep talking.
face.
A man will talk about some pussy.
Yes, quickly, or text himself out of it on Hinge.
Yes.
It is crazy how one message can get you to be like, unmatch. What? You're weird. Don't do that. If you're this weird talking, can you imagine how weird you would be if I was naked?
Yeah.
Or after I actually give you something that's good, you would lose your mind. No, I don't want that. But for our girls or for women out there, because I'm grown and I still don't know what I'm doing out here.
No.
I know now that relationships are transactional.
Yeah.
And they are going to be transactional. And as a woman, I don't want to lead, working on it, with what I'm bringing to the table outside of what I'm doing. So I actually had a conversation last night because there's just somebody who just like to get cussed at.
The man that you describe that you want does not care about how much money you make, Carla.
I know.
The man that you describe specifically.
I know.
So
Doesn't care, but I care how much he makes.
I know.
Because I feel like sometimes,
But a man in that tax bracket and things like that, like they don't care about that.
yeah, the person called again, and I said, "You gotta be kidding me." I
He's
saw
a drought.
I
Or do you think he really in love?
so after yesterday's conversation, he decides to admit that he didn't give himself a chance during the time or whatever else. But he
didn't
said
give himself a chance.
while we were like when we were talking, while we were dating.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, whatever. But he said that he felt some type of way.